I know, I hear playing video games can be bad for you.
Oh, come on. I'm just on a good win streak. I'm really getting good at this. This is the 1,000 hours well spent, let me tell you. Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 10 of our reviews of Digimon Ghost Game, the Game of Death. If you are worried about being scared to death of spoilers, you may want to look away now. We will be going very into depth about this episode and everything that it entails, as we've done with 9 other episodes so far in this season.
You probably know the format by now.
Yes, if you're here, you probably know the formula. If not, welcome. Make sure to subscribe down below so you can find more of our stuff.
He needs validation in his life. Please.
And without further ado, let us get moving into episode 10. We're into the double digits now. So we have our villain and our main story, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, we know what's going on, where this all going.
What's causing these gates? Yeah.
Well,
let's find out.
Yeah, let's see if this episode will do it. Yeah, episode 10. So we start with some random dude.
Yep.
Playing a video game that requires both a monitor and a headset.
Apparently, yeah.
Because, yeah, you're looking at a headset to the monitor. Whatever. It's just a weird thing that... I've seen weirder things, I suppose. It's just a little...
I mean, maybe the VR headset needs to be connected to the computer for this one. That's why it's just convenient to sit in front of the monitor.
Yeah. And many do in this time and age. So, again, not a big detail. And he's playing a fighting game called Fighter's Kingdom. I'm assuming it's just some generic thing they made up for this. I don't think it's anything. And he's apparently on a 20-game winning streak. Doing very well. Mm-hmm. At least in most competitive games, trying to get a 20-game win streak is... not really supposed to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's playing against other opponents or AI, which could make a difference. Never said, really doesn't matter.
Yeah. And as he KOs the last person, there's a weird flicker. And we see the silhouette of a somewhat humanoid, kind of spiky-looking Digimon, which I did not recognize. I
did.
Oh, well, good. Okay.
I was aware of these two.
No, I was not. I had no idea about these two until this. Well, we don't even see the other one.
No, he's actually kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
And he's finally revealed.
Yeah, and the battle starts, and the Digimon one-shots him.
Yeah, the Digimon takes care of a not real digital life form that's just very limited on any issues.
Yeah, which, okay, sure, not surprising.
I can live with that. Makes sense.
And, afterwards... it starts to zap the player outside in the real world.
Yeah, I think your home monitors and computers are kind of designed not to have that kind of voltage and amp.
I mean, they run off 120 volt or 230, depending on where you are in the world. I mean, but yeah, no, they're kind of made to step it down and not be able to do that. And
we saw the Digimon, so in the internet, in the device, so obviously they're in the intangible form. Makes sense. It's the lore.
Yeah.
Now, if they're zapping the people, well, apparently they managed to, turn them into balls and things. So they're interacting with humans, meaning you must be in the ghost stage, which can't be in the internet.
Yep.
You've had 2 shots at this, guys. Come on.
I know we said...
I didn't make the lore. You guys did.
Yeah, we said we'd get less picky about it, but they're already...
We won't mention it again in this review, but...
Yeah. They're already breaking the rules, yeah. And and after the shock, it turns him into this little ball of light and sucks him into the internet. Straight through his monitor, That's a really powerful and impressive thing to do, and... as we'll later learn, these are just champions.
Yeah.
These aren't,
I mean, Directmon parents will be able to make your hair grow and your arms disappear, and it's just a rookie, so I guess that logic is not that far off.
Yeah, so, well, he's gone. Nice knowing you. Art, or whatever. Arth, whatever your name was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. And we go back to Hiro, who's talking with Kotaro again. At least that's what they call him here.
But actually, it's both his first and last name. Again, I'm not sure which one is his family name, which one is his actual first name at this point.
Yeah. And he's talking about the same game, talking about how there is the rumor that this thing appears. People are aware of this now.
They're aware of this, and he wants to go see it because it's a female in basically a fur bikini. Which, for as a gamer, yeah, okay. I could see wanting to do something for that.
I've seen worse prizes.
First rewards for doing difficult things.
Yep. And so they start talking to Senpai, Kyoshiro. And he's also played this game. But apparently doesn't anymore after this rumor has started. Yeah. Which does kind of make sense for him. That
does fit his character. In fact, he's so worried about when he learns that Kotaro plays it, he gets up and actively starts going to his room and try to stop him.
Mm-hmm. And while they're talking about it, we do see that Gamamon is actually being babysit by Kyoshiro, while it seems like Hiro's in classes. So that is a thing that seems to happen. And Gamamon is invisible, and seems like he's trying to understand reaching through things to get to the chocolate juice, the champion juice as he calls it. And he hasn't quite
got those two forms figured out yet.
So it seems like they're working on it, like they said at the end of last episode they probably would be, and just Gamamon.
So that's a nice
doesn't
touch.
quite seem to get that. But yes, they do go to check on him once he says he's talking about it. And Hiro's just like, oh, you're overreacting. Ah! Oh, okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
And they hear that female voice and everything. Apparently it took him 2 minutes to get his way.
Well, he's pretty good.
He's really good, apparently.
Or it was a long trip down to the cafeteria to talk to Senpai. I don't know.
Yeah. And they're struggling to open the door. Because it looks like at first, it would scan his hand of the dorm leader, but he has all the bandages, so it can't.
I think it was Kotaro's hand it was expecting.
Yeah, that too. Either one of those two would probably do it. So he's trying to remember the keypad number, and Jellymon's helping I can just open it from the inside, I can go in. But we see Gamamon sitting there in the ones and zeros.
Yep, and he says, I can do that.
Well, he doesn't actually say anything, he just
Somebody
does it. No, Jellymon says, I can go open it from the inside, because remember, she knows how to pass through walls. At least I'm pretty sure Jellymon's saying she can do it. And
okay,
Gamamon just...
Somebody said something.
Yeah, Gamamon just does it. And because Hiro is very shocked that suddenly the doors open again. Doesn't quite say, lucky me, like he does in episode 2. And they go in, and yeah, Kotaro's getting sucked into...
And we basically see the same thing solved when we started the episode. Again, really making the intro redundant and pointless.
Yeah. And he's gone.
Yep.
And
Yoshiro does something he's never done before.
He freaks out.
Well, no, he doesn't freak out. He passes out.
Yeah, he literally goes beyond that and passes out, yes. Where I get it. He's kind of been a wimp at times and everything, but that's
Yeah, well, then we cut back to, I guess it's probably Hiro's room, and he's talking to Ruli. And we see Kyoshiro, well, he's not on the bed, kind of half on the bed. At least his head's on the bed. The rest of him's kind of on the floor.
Yes.
And Gamamon and Jellymon are being very sympathetic to his cause.
Yes. I just don't think Gamamon, really quite understands, and Jellymon's just, Jellymon.
Jellymon, yeah.
She enjoys pushing his buttons. She knows how to do it well, as you'll see later in this episode too. She knows how to get to him in good and bad ways.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, they're talking to Angoramon and Ruli, trying to figure out what's going on.
Jellymon says apparently he does this a lot, despite never seeing him do this before. When a demigod was trying to kill him, or Metal Reaper, or Phantomon about to reap him.
Yeah, no.
But apparently this happens a lot, and she approves of it because it can lead to him doing a limit break. Even after watching this episode, I'm not 100% sure what that means.
He goes past he just goes so far past his fear that he becomes brave, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
And then he wakes up and freaks out, and Jellymon says he failed.
Well, this time it didn't work. It failed, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yep, exactly. So, while talking to Ruli, he gets a text message.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it's from Kokomon. Which, I mean, I get Digimon going into the internet. They have ways they could probably text, but I don't think Pokemon has a phone, per se.
So, it's a library computer.
Yeah, I guess.
Those have public computers, right? It's a library.
Yeah, these days, yeah. And so they readily agree to go
meet him. Yeah.
Go see him, and he's not at the same library this time.
Yep, no, he's at one spot that's a lot closer to the dorm, I guess, for lack of a better place.
Yep.
Because he said he's read all the books there.
That's impressive.
So I'm not sure which is more unbelievable, in fact, he actually managed to read all those physical books, or that there's that many libraries in one city.
I mean, they did have to take a train out to get to the other one, so, you know. But yeah. And as soon as they arrive to see him, he gives Gabumon some chocolate.
Boxes of champion.
Boxes, multiple. Is Pokemon, like, teaching humans and getting money? How is he?
How do you buy physical boxes of chocolate?
Pokemon, what side scheme do you have going on that you're not telling us about?
But actually, it is nice to see him and Tapirmon again. They need some more recurring characters to help them. And for Angormon, Ness does not seem to know everything, despite not really seeming like a scholar.
Yeah. And as they start talking, they ask, hey, Professor, do you know possibly what happened here? We're not really sure. And it's not actually the Professor that necessarily speaks up. It's more Tapirmon this time, who hears about the fighting and the competing and says it might be the siblings of King Kakumon and King Kakumon. There's just one letter difference. So if it sounded like I said the exact same thing, well, it's very close.
Yes.
And there's a strong family resemblance.
Yes.
Between these two.
I also found interesting that the Tapirmon here ran across someone who's in the internet saying that he was looking for bugs in Cody because he thinks they're tasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, that's a neat little... I kind of like the thought of it, and if the writing becomes clever, you can come back and use this again somehow, some way.
Oh, yeah.
Will it happen? I'm having my doubts, but...
I mean, he likes bugs. He can, save people from demons. There's stuff they could do with already what they've established for Tapirmon, yeah.
And so he actually gives us their profile this time, and talks about how the older sister has a strong fighting spirit, and then her little brother, likes turning defeated opponents into booze. And I stop and pause and make sure I read that right, and I did.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest person when it comes to horror in different ways, but turning people into booze is a new one for the horror. It's a new one for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's ever anything new under the sun these days, but that's pretty out there, yeah. I certainly didn't know it.
It's like, are we really going there? And then it talks about his gourd, and we see a cutscene inside of it, and we see a lot of people floating in the water.
Again, dozens.
Liquid. Yeah. Slowly having bits fall off of them, and
ones and zeros. Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying when its conversion is done, there's no coming back.
Yep. So seems serious.
Yeah. Okay. We're really doing this. Okay.
All right. And the internet is so vast. There's no way they could really
find them. Yeah.
Track them. So what's the only way to do?
Flashbacks to things in the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Yes.
Which nobody has forgotten by this point. Stop it!
2020 did this too much.
Gee, we reached the conclusion that, we need Kyoshiro to go on a 21 streak in this game.
And he's not thrilled at the idea of doing it.
No, he's not. Which I don't blame him.
No. But Jellymon, like I said, knows how to push his buttons. And then this time, in a fairly good way of saying, you're the dorm leader. You need to go get him. You need to protect your students.
For your responsibility. Yeah. And when Jellymon's doing this, it's nice because she knows how to talk to him and convince him to be the hero she's convinced he can be. So this interaction is really quite nice. I do like
Yes, because there's so many times that she just gives him a hard time and just almost pretty much bullies him. Where this is really, she's being motivational, supportive, and she but she can flip at any moment. We know she can.
Yeah. But this is a nice, true moment for her. I mean, she is manipulating him in a way, too, but in a way that she thinks is good for him and will make him a better person.
And generally, yeah. Most of the others would agree will help. And so he plays, and seems like he's as good as he claimed he was.
Though I found it strange that, one, that Ruli and Angoramon aren't anywhere around to be found. And two, that both Jellymon and Gamamon are in material form, not in intangible form, waiting to hop in the internet if something bad happens.
Yeah. I mean, Gamamon might get lost trying to do it, even if it's right in front of him.
Gamamon might get on internet sites he never should see.
Yes.
Might corrupt the poor Gamamon.
Just come back scarred, Scarred for life. The internet's a dangerous place, kids.
Yes, it can be.
And so, he goes on his 20-win streak, and then is able to summon the apparition, as we now know as Kokomon. Or scantily clad Ogremon.
The K1, Female's K1,
Oh, yes. You are correct. It is
King Kokomon.
G and K, yes. And so she appears, says the same thing of, I challenge you, I want to fight to, excite my fists and my spirits, and, she's all about fighting.
And at this point, Jellymon changes one of the head tentacles into what looks a lot like a USB, plugs it into the computer, and then appears in the internet, in the game. Considering we've seen Digimon just pop into the screens and programs before, it seems a little complicated, but okay, sure.
And then she's still there, because Gamamon's pulling up one of her tentacles afterwards, so she's in both places somehow. It's like, what? Oh, okay, sure. So she replaces the fighter in the game, and then we start what is actually a pretty good fight in the video game.
At first, the King Kokomon there kind of smacks her around as Kyosho learns how this new character works. What her range is, what her moves are, how powerful she is. And because he has an avatar that can avoid being one shot, he actually has a chance to learn.
Mm-hmm. Though both Digimon here seem to be more controlled.
Yes.
Because
they're just avatars in the game, not really their own.
Yes.
Have a lot of their own control.
Because Little Bro also has a fight stick, or I believe that's what those are generally called.
But yeah.
Yeah, so they're both being controlled through this, and, rapid movements, and aha, my fight stick is bigger than yours.
Yes, make more buttons, which really wouldn't help with this kind of game.
No, because you got to go over here, then over here, then over here. No, that doesn't help. I mean, it's cool and over the top, sure, whatever, but
it's entertaining.
Just that doesn't work.
It doesn't really work that way. But the females there are having a good little fight. By far the most competitive thing we've seen so far.
Oh yeah, she wraps the tentacles around her fist like boxing gloves. She forms a gun, out of her tentacles. Her tentacles just become whatever the writers want.
They're very malleable.
Yeah.
For better term. Doing spinning hurricane kicks.
Yeah.
And eventually the whole group pulls a club out of nowhere.
Yeah. Not when I can pull a club out of nowhere.
And they're actually very evenly matched to the point where apparently they want to go in and see this great fighter.
This great player, yes. Yeah. And, they do.
They do. Apparently Jellymon just kind of stops by and let them go through the screen, whatever. And at this point, Kyosho a little freaked out that the ogre's coming out of his monitor and turns on his
grass field.
Yeah, it's an internet, but we just seen the internet this episode. It's kind of a fast blue background, which is not what this world is at all. Yet the talisman appeared in this world, so what is this? And so we've seen an outside shot of this place. It's his dorm again,
and it's it's back in one piece from when Majiramon, because it's the same building that Majiramon destroyed.
It's his dorm again
in this world, and it's back together for 2 seconds.
For a while. So does this world reset each time? Does each Digivice make its own different pocket dimension that is set that way when it change? Again, these are interesting little things that I really wouldn't care about if we had more plot to talk about.
Yeah,
But since we don't, I have to overanalyze these things.
Yeah, because, I mean, this is a series that remembered that Hero's window was broken in episode 2 and fixed it and, you know, made sure they've remembered some of these things. But here, it's reset. If that's on purpose, that's fine, but we don't know that yet.
Yes, it's an interesting tidbit at this point.
But anyway, they blow up the building.
It explodes. The top floor of the building just explodes. What exploded? What caused this? I have no idea. Unless it was this world doing a check on, oh wait, this top needs to go off, we need to change it.
Which could be interesting.
I think that's what it was.
That was a violent correction.
But it's the best theory I have, to be honest.
Yeah. And so so the top's blown up. I mean, it needs to be blown up. Freaking Kokomon couldn't even fit in it. So he
could have
done it. So.
Him coming through could have put a big hole in the top where he came in.
Yeah.
I mean, this entire top ceiling of this building is gone.
Yeah. And they're very disappointed to meet Kyoshiro.
Basically, again, does his wuss feint.
But
even though it was not harmed from the explosion, nothing was harmed from this explosion.
No. Hero and the Digimon and Kyoshiro, they were all fine.
So again, this giant Minotaur Centaur dragon threatening to pierce him with 108 arrows didn't cause this, but this does.
Okay. I mean, I get it. He's a bit of a wimp, but yeah, the fact the other one didn't was a bit...
If this is something they've been doing since episode 5, no problem, but he's seen, I think, scarier than this.
I mean, that was an ultimate. Not that he really knows what an ultimate is at this point, but that was an ultimate. But anyway, so they're both there, and wimp, and he's a nerd. He's a gamer.
Yeah, obviously.
You obviously don't know.
I can see them not really knowing much about gamers.
you don't know who
the master gamers usually are not trained Navy SEALs. No.
No. I mean, I'm sure there's one of you, and comment down below.
Yeah, I'm sure there's always exceptions, but it's the rule.
Yeah, no. That's not generally how it works. And Jellymon tries to rise to his defense and tries to, stop King Kokomon, and not being in the game, it's a rookie versus a champion.
Yeah, she's not doing very well.
She does not do well, no.
Meanwhile, Battle Gamamon is fighting the little brother.
Yes, we get Battle Gamamon again.
At this point, I have to question, can Gamamon control which champion he goes to? Because Koss has not been even mentioned since that episode. He's gone twice to battle. Is this intentional? Are they random? Can he choose what he wants to? Do they know how to get back to Koss?
Can he only do it when he's hurtling a terminal velocity back towards Earth?
Yeah, all these are questions you would think would at least be addressed, or thought, or mentioned, that we should get together and try these tests at some point.
Let's throw Gamamon off a building. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, maybe not quite like it.
Well, Gamamon
can fly, yeah.
Woo!
But again, didn't I even mention, so...
Yep, so he's trying to, get the booze and get people out while this is all happening. And, it's not a bad little moment there as Jellymon's getting beat up and King Kokomon's...
This moment would mean so much more if Kyoshiro had, cradled her and protected her from explosion and was knocked out that way.
Yes.
As opposed to, Kamako, I'm scared, faint, so he's not in any danger, he's not really hurt.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she's being manipulative, I'll throw away all your stuff. I will tell people the secret of your right hand. She's just trying to snap him out of it and everything.
Eventually gets to look, I wasn't strong because I was in cyberspace. I was strong because we were together. So she's honestly, pretty straightforward with him here. Probably because she knows he can't hear her.
That is probably part of it. Yeah. And reaches out with a tentacle towards him, gets stomped on. So she reaches out another one and zaps him. That wakes him up.
Yeah, I can see it. It's a little harsh, but the situation is dramatic.
Yeah. And he's
instantly completely awake, full of confidence, calm as a cucumber, even looking smug.
I mean, this pretty much happened in the Majiramon episode. When he got knocked out by Majiramon's tail, he kind of stood up and did
Yeah, but he was hurt then. He was an effort then. You could tell.
Yeah.
He's just straight from unconscious to, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
Not even where am I? What's going on?
Yes. But then, this is the limit break. This is the
apparently
max
this
level.
Mode for him is his limit break. And then we get an evolution, which I was not expecting the Jellymon to digivolve before Angoramon.
Yeah, usually it comes in order that they were introduced. I mean, I'm fine with them mixing it up. That's not really a problem. Just surprising.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Angoramon at this time, they're flying still, because apparently they were a long ways away, knowing that this battle could happen.
Yeah, we're supposedly this library is like a block or two away, and I mean city traffic, right? When you're in the internet world and in the flying
giant bunny, yeah,
yeah. But anyway. And so yeah, we get this. We get Tesla Jellymon, which is just very much
just kind of a taller version of Jellymon with her head pulled down over her eyes.
Yeah.
And now she talks like a stereotypical Valley girl.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the worst thing, but just kind of strange. But it's like, okay, these two have already got like a rivalry going. We can have one heck of a fight going here, right?
No, King Kokomon misses a couple times, and then Tesla Jellymon knocks her out in one hit. I mean, I get it. The episode had gone on long enough. You needed to
stop it
to probably wrap it up, but you just don't need the internet, or you don't need the extra person in there that didn't do anything.
You don't need the redundant intro. You don't need the flashbacks.
Yeah. You could have had more time to at least give us something.
You don't need really period in this episode.
Yeah.
And Goramon accomplished nothing.
Yes. And so, with them defeated, apparently Battle Gabumon didn't really accomplish much.
I guess not. Didn't get hurt, but didn't accomplish much either, apparently.
Yeah. But with King Kokomon defeated, they apparently go back into the internet just fine and agree that yes, we were beaten, so we will release them. And when they're released, it is consistent that they're just poof back.
Yeah, they're back with you.
And pretty much just fine.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like anyone's really hurt.
You know, this is the second time this has happened to our buddy there.
Kotaro?
Yeah, okay.
Kotaro? You would think he'd learn by now.
At this point, you think something would have to develop with this character. Either become interested in learning about Digimon, or becoming learning to hate Digimon and wanting to, get them out of this world or something. I doubt this will happen. I'm not sure he remembers either of these two events. Because he's never mentioned them. Hero's never asked them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And all of this was apparently caused because he didn't know that he could buy booze in the real world.
Yeah, but Pokemon tells him you don't have to brew it, you can just buy it. He says, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And Hero, again, rewarding the bad guys, say, okay, I'll give you my father's stash if you leave people alone. No, Hero, you have the advantage right now. You're thinking about a person of strength. Don't make these kind of deals with people who do bad things.
Yep. Hasn't come back to bite him yet.
And then we cut back to Angoramon and really still flying through the air.
Flying through the air.
And the episode ends.
And Angoramon making up his own
making some
poetry about
or something, yeah.
About what happened. And even Ruli's just like, what are you talking about?
I think so many syllables would be haiku, but
yeah,
maybe pre-translated.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no new characters to drive a story forward. There's no talk about Gates. There's no talk about Dad. There's no Raincoat Black Gabumon doesn't show up again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Other than Tesla Jellymon, nothing of significance happens this episode.
Mm-hmm. And again, there's been plenty of Digimon seasons where you just get one evolution in an episode, and that can be fine. It just needs to have other stuff happening to keep it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a problem, but there's only 3 characters, and this is episode 10.
Yes, this is why this is really feeling a lot like Savers, the start of Savers, because there was only 3 characters, and yeah, it took forever to get going. But if you can give me the turnaround in episode 16 you gave me in Savers, all of my complaints will be gone.
Yeah, if you suddenly have that plot twist, it's like that one episode of Savers, we'll start singing your praises, though.
Yeah.
But for now, just we need
There's
something to keep me going, to make me look forward to the next episode.
And given the preview of the next episode, I'm not confident we're getting it.
No.
Because it's all about a severing wind, and there's this spinning blade that...
And all the previews seem to be of the same scene.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it's like Ninjamon, but the little silhouette did not look like a Ninjamon, so I'm not sure who it is in the next episode. And yeah, I don't think it's Dad, to drive the plot forward.
No. Or Pokemon, finding something in the book, or...
Nope.
The Pyrmon eating a bug and something opening the gate that way or something.
Nope. Well, we'll have to wait and find out. Hopefully it'll pick up and we'll be happy once more. Thank you all for watching. If you watched us ramble this long, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy what we do. And until the next one, everybody, remember to take care. Bye-bye for now.